His mum. Woo! Okay.
Mummy!
Mummy! Mummy!
Mummy!
Oh, she's sitting up straight.
Welcome back to Breakfast. It is 18 minutes past 8. We've done a lot of food stories here on Breakfast in the past week. Some of it us eating food. The rising cost of living, though, has got us all questioning what we eat. But what about the food that we don't use?
Dubbed the Tinder of food waste, there's an app which helps connect people with gardens and composts around Aotearoa with those looking for ways to dispose of their scraps. This is awesome. For more on this, we're joined by Eco Matters Chief Executive Carla.
Oh God!
Carla, thank you so much for coming. Okay, tell me about this app. What is this?
Sure, morning everybody. So Share Waste is an app that does have the opportunity to connect people who want to, who are hosts, and people who want to be a donor, and it allows those people to actually connect within their community and within their neighbourhood. So a host is going to be anybody that is already composting, somebody that may have worm farms, or somebody that actually might have animals, chickens or pigs, and they want food scraps to be able to actually feed all of those three systems.
I love that. How did this come about?
So, yeah, really exciting. So Eco Matters, one of our sister hubs, Kaiparaki project on the North Shore, and Auckland Council have for a long time worked on a project called the Compost Collective. And about 6 years ago, we got contacted by Thomas and Ali, a wonderful couple from Australia in Sydney, and they had just started Share Waste in Australia. And they asked us whether we thought there was an opportunity to launch Share Waste here in New Zealand, in Aotearoa. And we were really excited about the opportunity. We saw an absolute need. You guys will be well aware that at the moment in Tamaki Makaurau, we're actually putting about 45% of our total waste going into landfill is actually organic, so it is food scraps and green waste. 45%, that's huge. It equates to about 100,000 tonnes of waste going into landfill every year.
Whoa.
And the thing that's really important to understand about that, of course, is that as the food and the green waste actually decompose in our landfill, that's what creates methane gas, and it increases our CO2 levels. So one of the most simplistic things we can do to actually help our planet is take care of our food scraps.
And this is what I do like about this conversation that we're having. This is about, because, you know, when we're talking about the warming of the planet, and, you know, it all seems so big. But actually, this is something that we can do as individuals, right? And being in an apartment is no excuse.
No, but this is what sparked it, because we were talking about food waste, and you and Indira were both talking about the fact that you compost, and I said, well, I can't because I'm in an apartment.
Yeah.
So everything just goes into the incinerator.
Yeah, Maddie, it does. And so with the incinerator, you know, there's two things that we want to be really cautious with the incinerator, because they do actually use a huge amount of water, another very precious resource. So the alternative that I do for you, and I brought one of these along so that I could just show you, because they are really small and discreet, so you can just actually have them on your kitchen bench. So this is just a composting caddy. I just picked this up from Bed Bath & Beyond, and they're about $20, but to be honest, you don't have to buy anything new. You can use a steamer container, an old Tupperware container, whatever you want to use. And basically, you're just going to pop your food scraps into here, okay? And then every 2 to 3 days, you're just going to connect with your host via Share Waste and do a drop-off. So this can be all of your vegetable peelings, all of your apple cores, banana skins, pear cores, whatever the children are eating, emptying their lunchbox back into this, and just making sure all of your food waste is actually going into this and keeping it out of your trash, out of your normal waste. The only thing that we suggest you don't put in here is meat and dairy. So that can't go in here.
Right.
But the alternative that you can look at for that option is actually this system here, which is called Zing Bakashi. So with this option, and you can see the bucket system that we have going on here, this allows you to put all of your food waste in here, including meat. You can pop it in there, you're going to sprinkle over it with Zing and compact it down, and this can be left just outside your kitchen door or wherever is easy to leave it for up to 4 weeks, and you don't actually have to do anything with this for 4 weeks. And again, there's a whole lot of hosts on the Share Waste app that are very, very keen to collect this fermented food. So these systems cost about $50 to purchase, but I would just like to say to everybody that if you go onto the Compost Collective website and do a course, then you can actually get a voucher and purchase this for only $10.
There's a course?
There's a course.
Wow.
Absolutely. So for anybody that is already composting, or if there's something going wrong with your composting and you're not sure what it is,
You are the
I'd really
face.
welcome you to go onto the Compost Collective website and take a look at the map and see where the next course is in your area. We have wonderful facilitators operating throughout Tamaki Makaurau, and they'll be able to help you to learn about how to compost well and just help you with any issues that you may be facing. And that's whether that might be a worm farm or your compost or anything that's actually happening.
I love that.
What do you need though? Because I'm assuming it's not. Do you have enough hosts? Because my worry would be I would do this and then I'd have to travel like an hour to find the nearest host.
Yeah, good question, Maddie. Thank you. So we do have 9,000 users of the app throughout New Zealand, and we do have 1,200 hosts already actually set up. So for example, where I live in Glendine in West Auckland, I've got 3 hosts within a 7 to 20 minute walk from my property.
Right.
So I could drop off on the way to work, I could just do a run on the weekend when I'm out for my walk, whatever you want. So there's a lot of hosts available, and they really are growing.
So if you want to be a host, how do you do that?
Yep. So there's a couple of options. You can go onto the Share Waste website and just look for Share Waste NZ. Share Waste is now available in over 100 countries around the world from its very humble start. So well done to Thomas and Ali, an amazing piece of work with that. So just go onto the Share Waste NZ app and you just register yourself as either a host or a donor, and it just works you through the process. It's very easy.
And we need to get this right, don't we? We need to do something.
We do, we really do. We need to just understand. I think, Jenny May, your comment earlier is so true. It is really difficult for people when we think about, the big issues around climate change.
Yeah,
that worries people. It can stress them. It's overwhelming. So what we'd really like to see people do is take just one step on that journey of sustainability, and whether or not that's something like composting or using food scraps, or whether or not it's actually just recycling items out of your home, consuming less, buying less, all of those things make a difference.
Carla, you've been absolutely wonderful.
Yes.
This is brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Change my ways.
Thank you, Maddie.
The guitar.
Yeah, this might be like the guitar.
Yeah, we need to check in on you. Anyway, Carla, thank you so much.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Right.
Brilliant.
Stay with us. We'll be right
Oh,
back.
Mummy's got a new fan, Jenny May.
In with our Wellington reporter, Abby.
Whee! Mummy! Woo!
What the hell? They don't want to see you, Abby.